I put on Twitter, now known as X, that you are coming on the show tonight, and asked people to send me questions they want you to answer. There's a man called, I don't know if it's a man or a woman, Short Boy, that's the name. So many questions. He has listed so many. Let me ask you some of them. Are there plans to incentivize telecom companies to reduce data prices, and what incentives would there be?
Yes, and we began some of them. Well, one of them is the new entity that we have licensed, the NGIC, to provide open access, career-neutral infrastructure, right? So their job is a wholesale. So the beauty of this is now if you have AT or you are Telecel, you don't have to go buy towers, you don't have to go, upgrade for 5G. You are buying bulk traffic from them. Okay. So your cost of production actually goes down, which means that when you are computing, your tariff, right, the tariffs will go down. So that's one of the innovations that we believe we have done, where we believe that it will bring down the cost of data, because entities will now, the cost of production will go down, because it's another entity that's giving you bulk. Okay.
Salazar, he says, would data prices go down noticeably, or do they intend to roll out 5G with these current data prices? What's the answer for that?
The answer to that is data prices are expected to go down, especially, again, with NGIC, wholesale, career-neutral, open access. Now AT, now Telecel, now even MTN, they will just buy bulk. They don't have to upgrade the towers. They don't have to buy new equipment to provide 4G and 5G, because another entity is doing that.
So data price will go down when?
They are supposed to launch the last quarter of the year. And going from there, begin adding more towers.
So we should be hopeful that by the end of the year we see some.
I think we should.
Maybe in the last quarter we should see something.
I think we should be hopeful. Yes.
Ike Einu Tewia says, tell him they should just reduce data prices and no comparisons. Okay, he's not even interested in listening to you. Niama B. Kote says, kindly ask him why the NCA instructed MTN to charge us 8% in the form of cash when we deposit into our merchant accounts. Is that something you can answer, or is it a BOG thing?
That's a BOG.
Okay. Okay, someone has sent a question in my inbox and asking me, that's Sami K, says I should go to our inbox. Professor of KNUSC says, does he buy data bundle? I'm not sure you need to answer, of course. Everybody buys data. Nikwe says, what type of straw do they use to suck the data from the phone? Like the thing runs away fast. What's happening? The thing is expensive. On top of that, it's also disappearing quick.
I think we should look into this. Now, part of the work of the billing verification team is we do post-implementation verification, right? Both voice and data. For the voice part, we will take all the tariffs that has been published, right, and we load it into our system, and we simulate a call from A to B, and be able to check whether the tariffs as published are correct. We do the same thing for data. And Amara, I'm telling you, we haven't seen this situation where data is being sucked. I think what is happening mostly, people will have to check their phones. Oftentimes, we have so many windows open, and typically when you look on your phone, you only see the one window. But honestly, we only
background apps.
Exactly. And remember, each one of these apps is connected to a device on the cloud somewhere. Okay. All right. So you will have all these apps, taking up some of your data without you knowing. But if anyone has any issue with data being sucked, please reach out to NCA or the telcos.
George says this SMP thing must be reviewed ASAP, Charlie. You've already said that it's a continuous review kind of thing. But if we want you to scrap it, should we hold placards, come and demonstrate in front of your office so you can...
Well, the question that you will ask yourself is, how do you ensure fair competition when you have dominant player? Because these laws were done to protect you, the consumer. And again, SMP is looking way ahead, whereas you are looking only today. If you don't do that, you end up in a situation where someone is so dominant. I just gave you the analogy. If you happen to have Manchester United come in here and you don't regulate them, they will collapse the Premier League.
I see.
Because everyone's doing it.
There's a question now, you can see it yourself. It's a listener from Teshi. He says, please ask your guest why MTN was not given the 5G license.
Again, one of the challenges, Omar, that's actually a good question. one of the challenges we currently have with this whole SMP or even data is the way the 4G was given. The 4G was auctioned, right? It was auctioned, and at the time, only one entity could have it, which was what? MTN.
Capacity.
Exactly. So once MTN had a 4G, then everyone else couldn't do much. So you cannot actually do the same with the 5G. If you just give it to an entity who is already dominant, you are literally collapsing the telecom.
So this is all part of the SMP thing?
It's not part of the SMP, but it's forward thinking, it is progressive thinking. And that's what the industry is looking at. How do you ensure that there's equity in terms of the participation? So what is going to happen tomorrow is that at the last quarter, when NGIC roll out 4G, 5G shared infrastructure, every one of the MNOs will be able to offer 5G. Right, AT will offer 5G, Telecel will offer 5G, MTN, anyone, if they elect to participate. Whereas if you decide to auction, only one, right? Only MTN could be able to do that. So it's actually forward-looking. It is a progressive thinking, helping to ensure there's equity and stability within the telecom market.